have we ever seen someone in that sport that possessed the arsenal that he has?
No. He's by far the most talented person that we've had in mixed martial art. Together, right, with his dad. So their whole life they did combat sambo. Combat sambo was actually like gi tops, punching, grappling. Like they were essentially doing MMA as like kids.
Right.
And then just keep getting better.
I assume that Islam's gonna win that one just because of his wrestling pedigree. You know, to be able to dictate if the fight's gonna be standing or on the ground, it's a great gift. I'm rooting for him. I'm proud of him. And I think he's just great, man.
With UFC 330 drawing nearer, heavyweight legends Jon Jones and Daniel Cormier have ramped up the excitement with their candid take on the showdown between Islam Makhachev and Ian Garry at UFC 303.
When you watch this guy train, you recognize how special a talent he is. And for a long time, people at Eagles MMA and at the American Kickboxing Academy understood that this is who Islam Makhachev is and will be for a long time.
Former UFC champion Jon Jones broke down the matchup as well, pointing to Islam's dominant grappling and elite overall skill set that separates him from the pack, while weighing in on whether anyone could realistically stop the pound-for-pound king.
Ian Garry next, right? I assume that Islam's gonna win that one just because of his wrestling pedigree. You know, to be able to dictate if the fight's gonna be standing or on the ground, it's a great gift. Another guy with a strong team behind him, strong faith. I'm not rooting for anyone in that fight because I don't know either one of those guys on the personal level, but I'm assuming that Islam's gonna win.
Adding to the buzz, another heavyweight great, Cain Velasquez, voiced his own respect for the welterweight champion. He described Islam as a special athlete who has reached the top of the sport and mastered every facet of it. Cain noted that Islam consistently pours everything into his training and preparation, and that this dedication is what allows him to dominate the way he does.
He's a special type of athlete, as we all know. He's one of those guys that are at the pinnacle of this sport here. I talk with Javier all the time, and Islam and those guys are always doing great, so they're in great hands. Javier is the one who builds champions. He's a master at what he does. So he's always with those guys, he's always with Islam, and so I know they're in great hands. They're getting exactly what they need as far as the fighting goes, the training goes, all that. So I see Islam just continuously doing what he's doing, and that's winning impressively. He's somebody who's mastered all aspects of MMA.
Sharing a similar view, Joe Rogan believes Islam Makhachev has what it takes to be the best, citing his improved striking alongside his elite wrestling. He thinks Islam's grappling and submission skills are on a different level, with opponents often saying his strength is unlike anything they've faced. Because of that, Rogan wonders whether Ian Garry will be able to handle Makhachev if the bout goes to the ground.
He's going to be the best.
Right.
The bottom line about Islam is no one's able to get away from him. He gets a hold of you. He's very good standing up now. And he gets a hold of you, you're expelled. He has a different kind of wrestling, different kind of grappling.
Well, if Ian can't keep him off of him, I don't see how he beats him on the ground.
His submissions are insane too. He's just got a vice grip, man.
I know.
Everybody that he rolls with, or everybody that he fights, rather, they all say, "I've never been grabbed like that. Never felt anybody that strong."
Who's that, Islam?
Islam, yeah. I don't know if it's the same at 70, but he's so big, I can't imagine it's not.
Continuing the conversation, Teddy Atlas thinks Islam Makhachev's striking is an underrated piece of his game. He notes that while Islam is best known for his grappling, he's also a capable striker with solid distance control, a sharp jab, and the ability to hang with skilled strikers. Atlas believes it's this well-rounded skill set that makes Makhachev such a dangerous champion.
Makhachev has improved in his striking. He's not way in the back seat to anybody. You know, even if somebody is a better striker, you know, let's just say that you think someone's a better striker and he's the better guy on the floor, and Makhachev is just a monster on the floor, and he's not you don't think of him as a striker. No, he strikes pretty damn good. He doesn't let you dominate him as a striker. That's a good striker. That alone. He knows how to control range, he uses his jab. You know, he's a solid freaking striker. But yeah, he's a boogeyman, a monster on the floor.
Arman Tsarukyan also had high praise for Islam Makhachev's current form, pointing to his patience, timing, and command of the fight's pace. He observed that Islam fights efficiently, conserving energy while choosing the ideal moments to strike and take opponents down. Tsarukyan remarked that Islam is at his absolute peak right now, controlling distance, staying composed, and moving without wasting energy, always picking the perfect window to shoot for takedowns or land strikes. He went on to say he expects Ian Garry to find some early success at range, but doesn't believe it will hold up. Tsarukyan predicts Islam will eventually close the distance, impose his grappling, wear Garry down, and ultimately secure a late submission.
Islam Makhachev, too tough for Garry. Garry has a good striking. I think on the striking, Garry, on the long distance with his kicks, he can make problem for Islam, but Islam has a good timing of takedown. He's gonna take him down and most likely submit round number 3, 4. Yeah.
Colby Covington, fresh off his win over Armand at UFC, also threw his support behind Islam Makhachev, arguing the champion simply has too many tools to overcome. Covington highlighted Islam's physical strength and elite grappling as the deciding factors in the fight, predicting those attributes would prove decisive inside the cage. He made clear he's backing Makhachev to get the win.
I'm picking Islam. You know, I think that he just has too many tools to win. He's just too strong, and his grappling is just going to be undeniable in that cage. He's going to take down that little cuck. The little cuck is going to be too busy worried about what his wife's doing with other men to worry about winning a world title. So, you know, I got my money on Islam.
While Makhachev keeps drawing praise, Big John McCarthy points to Ian Garry's speed, footwork, and constant movement as qualities that could work in his favor. Still, McCarthy argues Islam Makhachev's striking doesn't get enough credit, calling out his polished hands and dangerous kicks.
Yes, you do. He's good. He's a talented fighter. He's got good hands. He's got great movement. And it's the one thing when you're looking at that he has, his ability to move in the cage and utilize his footwork, he can give people a lot of problems. Here's the, you know, when you look at the whole thing, he's faster than Islam. He's got faster hands. He's a faster fighter. So that's an advantage that he has. Islam does not get the credit in his stand-up that he deserves. His stand-up is absolutely solid. He's got great kicks. His left kick up high is good. He'll bring it to the leg. And the real difference I see here, if you're going to look at it, Islam is going to be the shorter fighter, which is unusual for him because he's usually a little bit taller.
That said, McCarthy believes Garry's toughest test will come once the fight hits the grappling exchanges. He points to Islam's ability to clinch, land takedowns, and advance into dominant positions as a serious threat. In McCarthy's assessment, Ian needs to keep the fight standing for his best shot, though avoiding Makhachev's ground game won't be easy.
He gets into body lock positions, he sweeps the feet out, he picks up, he dumps. And when he does dump Garry on the ground, and it will occur, he's going to have Garry's going to have a real hard time stopping the flow of what Makhachev does. Makhachev moves to good positions, and if he can do damage by punching, he does that. But as soon as Garry tries to explode out, Makhachev's going to catch him in a position where now he's starting to sink, and that's where Makhachev can get the submission on him. Because Garry he is not as good as Islam on the ground. He doesn't have any kind of, position where he can look and say, this is a good position for me on the ground.
No.
He's beaten everywhere there. So he's got to keep it on the feet to be successful in the fight, and that's going to be very hard for him.
Offering another angle, John Morgan focused on where Garry could find an edge. He pointed to Ian's reach, speed, and tactical approach as key advantages, suggesting an upset would come down to disciplined movement and precise striking rather than an aggressive brawl. Morgan also expects Garry to stick to his game plan no matter the outside pressure, though beating Makhachev would demand a near-flawless performance across all 25 minutes.
Yeah, I echo that sentiment. I mean, now listen, the thing that Ian Garry has going for him is that range, is that speed. He's tricky. And the other thing that I think he has going for him too is, and I think we talked about this, Josh, is that, I think if he wins the fight somehow, if Ian Garry finds a way to win this fight, it's probably pretty boring, to be honest with you. Like, he's probably just sticking and moving and, but the thing is, he doesn't care. boo him all you want. That man will stick to he's disciplined. He'll stick to his game plan. He's got high fight IQ, and he'll do what it takes for him to win rounds and to win the fight. It's a tall order for him. There is a path. It's just a very, very challenging path to get there. He's got to execute, spot on for 25 minutes, and I think that's going to be tough.
Building on that thought, Robert Whittaker sees a realistic path to victory for Ian Machado Garry, provided he can neutralize the takedown threat and stay out of extended grappling exchanges. Whittaker credits Garry's conditioning, sharp striking, and varied offense as tools that could disrupt Islam Makhachev's forward pressure. In Whittaker's view, Ian has to make Makhachev pay every time he closes the distance, and he believes Garry has the tools to pull off the upset.
He's not Islam. If you fight the takedowns, don't let him get settled. You have the cardio to back yourself, and you can beat him in the striking. You give him different looks to make him hesitant to close that space, because he's a pressure fighter. He wants to pressure you. In order for him to do that, he has to be walking you down. If you make him pay for every space, for every step he takes, then he has a hard night. It's a long night for him. He's really good at it. He utilizes his kicks very, very well. I think Ian, he's my pick for this one.
Ray Longo also weighed in, pointing to Ian Garry's constant movement and unpredictable striking angles as elements that could challenge Islam Makhachev. He stressed that Garry's ability to switch positions and attack from different looks makes him a far less predictable opponent than most. According to Longo, those traits could create tough moments for Makhachev, particularly before he settles into a rhythm.
In the first 4 rounds with Prates, man, I don't think he had any problem with the movement, just to upset him. It's easier when a guy's trying to take your head off to take him down, because they got to commit to those punches. Yes. And it does open up their hips. Like Kenny said, when you could punch and move and it's awkward. It's not the prettiest thing. I think he poses a big puzzle for Islam.
Looking at it from a different lens, Carlos Prates believes Islam Makhachev only becomes more dangerous as a 5-round fight wears on. While he expects Ian to avoid some takedowns and land shots on the feet, Prates feels Islam's relentless wrestling will ultimately take over, meaning simply winning rounds may not be enough for Garry, whose best chance would be to hurt Makhachev and finish the fight outright.
By point, trying takedown, I don't know. I don't believe this. But I don't think he's gonna do like he did with JDM, put on the ground and stay on top all the time. I think some points of the life, Ian can get up, and then he needs to take down again and things like that. But I think the fight's going this way. I think Islam. It's really hard to beat him by point. You need to knock him out, hurt him and knock him out. Make he go out of his game,
right.
Because if he stay comfortable to some punch and take down, he gonna win the fight.
Adding another perspective, Sean O'Malley leaned into the Dejanson versus Ireland narrative and made clear he sees Ian Machado Garry as a legitimate threat. He pointed to Garry's height and larger frame as a potential physical edge over Islam Makhachev after his move up in weight. O'Malley also emphasized the importance of self-belief in fighting, noting Ian's confidence in his own chances is a big part of why the matchup interests him.
I love that. Dagestan versus Ireland 2. Ian Garry's legit as fuck.
Yeah.
Islam moving up. I think Ian's going to be quite a bit bigger, just frame-wise.
He's got a lot of height, too.
Yeah,
Ian Garry's a big
confident.
Dude. Yeah.
And confidence is important. I know we saw Ilya, how confident he was, and that didn't out too well, but confidence is still one of the most important attributes in fighting, and Ian Garry is confident that he can go out there and beat Islam.
From elsewhere, hosts John and Nick acknowledged just how remarkable this moment is, while giving Ian Machado Garry credit for putting himself in this position. Nick made clear he sees Garry as having a genuine shot against Islam Makhachev, even against the sport's reigning pound-for-pound king.
Would be absolutely wild, and let's give Ian Machado Garry his credit in all of this, of course. He certainly has a chance to beat Islam Makhachev, the pound-for-pound king. But, yeah, that would be wild.
Expanding on Garry's odds, Henry Cejudo made clear that, despite his close relationship with Islam Makhachev, he isn't counting Ian Garry out. He pointed to Garry's diverse skill set, especially his ability to take an opponent's back, citing his performance against Shavkat Rakhmonov as proof of that grappling threat. Cejudo even suggested that stylistically, this matchup might actually suit Garry better than a potential fight against someone like Kamaru Usman, whom he considers a tougher challenge.
So obviously I'm not counting this dude out, But I'm just saying, bro, I still go back and I think of some of the weapons that Ian Garry has, and even Ian Garry, man. Ian Garry can take the back very, very well. He's shown that, man. If you're able to take the back against a guy like Shavkat Rakhmonov and then almost finish him with the smaller guy with longer legs, I personally think this is a good fight for Ian Garry. I think a harder fight would be like a guy like Kamaru, but for Ian Garry, I feel like this is good for him, in my opinion.
Meanwhile, Islam Makhachev has kept sharpening every part of his game throughout camp. Recent footage shows crisper striking, cleaner combinations, and growing confidence on the feet, reinforcing why so many view him as one of the most complete fighters in MMA today. With fight night closing in, Makhachev has remained locked in on his preparation. Every session has been geared toward refining his skills and ensuring he's in peak form for another title defense.
Have we ever seen someone in that sport that possessed the arsenal that he has?
No. He's by far the most talented person that we've had.
On the other side, Ian Garry has matched that same intensity. Fully aware of the magnitude of the opportunity, Garry has spent camp sharpening every element of his game as he readies for the biggest fight of his career. Recent training clips have also shown Garry's mindset on full display. The Irish contender looks completely dialed in, training with purpose and determination as he chases one of the biggest upsets in recent UFC history. With both fighters deep in preparation and confidence building on both sides, anticipation for this matchup keeps growing. Will Islam Makhachev once again prove why he sits at the top of the sport? Or can Ian Machado Garry shock the MMA world and change the trajectory of his career? Let us know your prediction in the comments below.